Close your eyes for a moment and picture the world without ICT. No online classes, no mobile banking, no social media, no digital businesses. Who keeps these systems alive? The answer lies in the many ICT sectors, from software development and networking to digital marketing, e-commerce, and cybersecurity. Each sector is not just a job field, it's a doorway to careers and entrepreneurial ventures that can change lives. And here's the exciting part. ICT is constantly evolving. Trends like artificial intelligence, cloud computing, mobile apps, and digital entrepreneurship are reshaping industries and opening new opportunities every day. In our lesson today, we'll uncover the different ICT sectors and the career and business paths they offer, and we'll explore the latest trends that drive innovation and entrepreneurial success. And by the end of this lesson, you'll see how ICT can be your passport to building the future. Now, let's first unlock some important vocabulary that will guide our understanding. Animation refers to a series of pictures or frames arranged to simulate movement, often used in films, games, and digital presentations. The ICT sectors combine industries in manufacturing and services that focus on information processing and communication through electronic means, including transmission and display. Graphic designers are professionals who create visual concepts, either by hand or using computer software, to communicate ideas that inspire, inform, and captivate audiences. When we talk about computer security, cybersecurity, or digital security, we mean the protection of computer systems and networks from malicious attacks that could lead to unauthorized access. Finally, computer systems servicing is the process of maintaining and supporting computer systems, which includes tasks such as installing, configuring, troubleshooting, and ensuring networks run smoothly. Understanding these terms will help us better appreciate the role of ICT in our daily lives and future careers. Here are the different preferences when it comes to choosing career paths. It covers career opportunities in ICT sectors such as programming, visual arts, computer system servicing, and telecommunications. One of the most important sectors is computer programming, which are essential for many technology disciplines, but are in especially high demand for software and web development roles. Computer programmers are professionals who create instructions for computers by writing and testing code. Computer programmers play a vital role in shaping the digital tools we use every day. They write and test code for new programs, often working hand in hand with web and software developers to bring mobile applications and computer programs to life. Beyond creating new software, programmers also update existing programs, whether it's fixing bugs or adding new features to improve the user experience. A big part of their daily work involves identifying and correcting coding errors, troubleshooting websites or applications that aren't functioning properly. They also adapt programs to run on different operating systems, which means rewriting code in various languages to ensure compatibility. And in today's world, cybersecurity is a major focus. Many programmers dedicate their skills to securing programs against potential threats, identifying malicious software, and strengthening systems to prevent hacks. In short, programmers are the problem solvers and builders behind the technology that powers our modern lives. One of the exciting career opportunities in the ICT sector, particularly under computer programming, is becoming a web or game developer. Game development is all about making interactive, eye-catching experiences that captivate players. So if you love creativity and storytelling, this might be the perfect fit. On the other hand, web development could be a fantastic option if you're passionate about building websites and web applications and enjoy working with different technologies to bring ideas online. Now, let's move into the world of visual arts. As an animator or illustrator, you'll plan, create, and develop images using both traditional and digital media, whether it's drawing, painting, collage, photography, or digital manipulation. Your work helps convey ideas, support presentations, and even illustrate stories. Meanwhile, graphic designers use software or even hand-drawn techniques to develop visual concepts that inspire, inform, and captivate audiences. They design layouts for reports, brochures, magazines, ads, and so much more, shaping how information is presented and experienced. And now we're going to talk about computer system servicing. Basically, it's the process of maintaining and supporting computer systems. That means setting up, adjusting, configuring is the better word, debugging, and keeping networks running smoothly. Now, when we say computer or network technician, we're talking about someone who checks, tests, and diagnoses network systems. That includes servers, cloud networks, WAN or wide area networks, and LAN or local area networks. The main goal is simple: make sure everything runs properly with the least amount of disruption. So yeah, network maintenance is a big part of it, and that's pretty much what computer system servicing is all about. Then we have telecommunication. This field is all about transferring data globally in the form of text, voice, audio, or video. In simple terms, ito yung mga companies and services na nagbibigay ng paraan para makapag-connect tayo kahit saan sa mundo. Think about your phone calls, internet connection, or even video chats. Lahat yan ay posible dahil sa telecommunication. Now let's highlight one of the most familiar career opportunities in the telecommunications sector: call center agents. Inbound call centers receive calls from clients, usually current customers na may problems or inquiries. Dito pumapasok ang support teams na tumutulong para ma-resolve ang issues nila. On the other hand, outbound call centers naman ang tumatawag sa customers on behalf of a client, whether for sales, surveys, or follow-ups. Together, inbound and outbound services form what we call contact center services, na mahalaga sa pag-connect ng businesses at customers. Kaya kung mahilig ka sa communication and helping people, this sector offers a dynamic and rewarding career path. Let's now talk about trends and issues in ICT. Every year, new trends emerge in the ICT business, and it's important for us to be aware of them. Being conversant with these trends means we can adapt to changes and take advantage of new opportunities in whatever career path we choose. The ICT sector is experiencing rapid growth, with more and more companies investing in technology because of its huge potential. In fact, ICT has become a vital part of modern organizational structures, making it one of the most valued industries today. Kaya kung gusto natin maging competitive, we need to stay updated with these trends and understand the issues that come with them. Now let's dive into the exciting part: trends in ICT. Every year, new patterns and innovations appear, and it's important for us to recognize them. If you search online, you'll find a huge amount of information about ICT trends, but for our lesson, we'll just highlight the most important ones. These trends show us how technology continues to evolve, from automation and artificial intelligence to digital communication tools. Understanding these patterns helps us prepare for the future and see the opportunities that ICT can bring. Kaya habang natututo tayo, isipin natin that these trends are shaping not just businesses, but also the way we live and connect with each other. One of the most exciting ICT trends today is the rise of super apps. Super apps are applications that combine a lot of services into one platform para hindi ka na lumipat-lipat ng app. Asia, particularly China, ang origin ng idea na ito, and now it's spreading globally. For example, WeChat in China lets you chat, pay bills, transfer money, shop online, and even book services, all in one app. Another example is Grab here in Southeast Asia, na nagsimula as a ride-hailing app pero ngayon meron ng food delivery, payments at iba pang services. These apps make life more convenient for users, while at the same time boosting competitiveness and customer loyalty for businesses. Kaya hindi nakakapagtaka na mas lalo silang sumisikat at nagiging essential sa digital world natin ngayon. Another big trend in ICT is the explosion of the metaverse in the business world. The metaverse refers to virtual spaces that blur physical barriers, giving us new ways to interact and connect. It has the potential to change how people live, work, and shop. Imagine attending meetings, buying products, or socializing in a fully digital environment. Businesses are now exploring these virtual spaces to reach customers, create immersive experiences, and even open new markets. This shows that ICT is not just about the tools we use today, but also about shaping the future of human interaction. The metaverse could redefine our everyday lives and open up endless opportunities in the digital world. Now, let's talk about digital twins. Basically, it's like creating a virtual prototype of a real object, system, or even a building. Kung sa prototyping, gumagawa tayo ng physical model para itest ang design, dito naman sa digital twin, nasa computer lahat. The big advantage is that you can test, adjust, and improve without spending on materials. It's like having a practice version of reality that you can repeat over and over until you perfect it. For example, in manufacturing, engineers can create a digital twin of a jet engine. This virtual model lets them test how the engine will perform under different conditions, like extreme heat or pressure, before actually building it. In medicine, doctors can design a digital heart of a human heart. With this virtual heart, they can safely study how treatments or surgeries might work without risking a patient's life. So, digital twins act like advanced virtual prototypes. They help us save costs, avoid errors, and produce more accurate results because we can experiment and improve designs in the digital world before applying them in reality. Next trend in ICT is medtech, the revolution in medicine. This is where technology and healthcare come together. Through the convergence of Internet of Things, IoT, and medtech, we can use digital tools like virtual care, robotic process automation, RPA, and artificial intelligence, AI, to solve problems in modern healthcare. For example, Internet of Things or IoT devices like smartwatches can monitor your heart rate and send data directly to doctors in real time. AI can help analyze medical scans faster and more accurately than humans, which means it can spot health problems much earlier. RPA, on the other hand, can automate hospital processes like patient records, making healthcare more efficient. So medtech is not just about machines, it's about creating smarter, faster, and safer healthcare systems. It's truly a revolution that changes how doctors, patients, and technology work together. Another important ICT trend is artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. The main goal of this technology is to strengthen data security, especially in smart networks and devices. Think of it this way. AI can act like a digital guard. It learns patterns of normal activity, and when something unusual happens, like a hacker trying to break in, it can quickly detect and stop the threat. For example, AI can monitor smart home devices to make sure they're safe from cyber attacks. In businesses, AI systems can protect sensitive information like customer data and financial records. Finally, let's look at blockchain, one of the most secure ICT trends today. Blockchain works like a digital ledger that records information in blocks linked together in a chain. Once data is stored, it cannot be changed or erased, which guarantees integrity and trust. Unlike traditional systems, there's no single authority or middleman. Information is decentralized and shared across many computers. For example, blockchain powers cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, ensuring every transaction is secure and transparent. Beyond finance, it can protect digital identities, secure medical records, and even automate contracts through what we call smart contracts. So, think of blockchain as a tamper-proof record book that everyone can trust. It's encrypted, decentralized, and built for security. That's why it's considered one of the strongest ICT innovations shaping our digital future. And with that, we've covered the major trends in ICT, from digital twins and medtech to AI and cybersecurity, and now blockchain. All of these technologies are transforming the way we live, work, and connect. The future of ICT is not just about tools, it's about building a smarter, safer, and more connected world. Now let's move on to the issues in ICT. And one of the biggest challenges today is cybersecurity threats. As we rely more and more on digital systems and the internet, the risks also increase. Cybersecurity threats include hacking, malware, phishing, and cyber attacks. These are serious problems that affect not only individuals, but also businesses and even governments. For example, hacking can expose private accounts. Malware can damage or steal files. Phishing can trick people into giving away passwords or bank details. And cyber attacks can disrupt critical services like hospitals or banks. That's why protecting sensitive data and critical infrastructure has become a top priority. Cybersecurity is not just about technology, it's about keeping people safe, protecting trust, and ensuring that our digital world continues to function securely. Now let's move on to another issue in ICT, data privacy and regulation. Today, companies and organizations collect, store, and use huge amounts of personal data. This includes things like our names, addresses, browsing habits, and even financial information. While this data can be used to improve services, it also raises serious concerns about privacy. The big question is, how do we make sure that personal information is protected and not misused? That's where data privacy laws and regulations come in. These rules are designed to safeguard sensitive information, ensure transparency, and give individuals control over how their data is used. So data privacy is not just a technical issue, it's about protecting people's rights in the digital age. As ICT continues to grow, regulation becomes more important to balance innovation with security and trust. Now let's move to another important issue in ICTs, which is artificial intelligence and automation. These technologies are developing very quickly, and while they bring efficiency and innovation, they also raise serious concerns. One of the main challenges is job displacement, because machines and AI systems can now perform tasks that were once handled by people. For example, customer service used to rely heavily on human representatives answering phone calls or emails, but today many companies use AI-powered chatbots to respond instantly to customer inquiries and solve simple problems. Another concern is algorithmic bias, since AI learns from data, and if that data contains unfair patterns, the system can make biased or discriminatory decisions. Finally, there are ethical implications, as society must consider questions of responsibility, fairness, and accountability when AI systems are used in decision-making. This shows us that while AI and automation are powerful tools, they also require us to think critically about their impact on people, communities, and the values we uphold. Another issue in ICTs is slow internet connection. This problem can be caused by several factors, such as network congestion, which happens when too many users are online at the same time, or distance from the server, which can slow down the speed of data transfer. Outdated hardware or software can also contribute to poor connectivity, since older devices may not be able to handle modern internet requirements efficiently. For example, many students experience difficulty joining online classes during peak hours because the internet slows down when thousands of users are connected at once. These causes remind us that internet speed is not only about having a connection, but also about the quality of the infrastructure and the technology being used. Understanding these factors helps us see why internet performance can vary and why upgrading systems or managing network traffic is important for smoother communication and access to information. Finally, the last issue in ICTs that we will tackle is computer viruses. These are malicious programs designed to disrupt computer systems, damage files, or steal information. Viruses can take many forms, such as Trojans, worms, or ransomware, and they often spread through downloads, email attachments, or shared networks. For example, ransomware can lock a user out of their files and demand payment before access is restored, causing serious problems for both individuals and organizations. Because of these risks, it is important to practice safe online habits like avoiding suspicious links, keeping software updated, and using reliable antivirus protection. By being aware of how viruses spread and the damage they can cause, we can better protect our systems and ensure that technology continues to serve us safely. Beyond the main issues we have already discussed, there are also other potential challenges in ICT that we need to be aware of. One of these is e-waste and the environmental impact of hardware and devices, since discarded electronics can harm the environment if not properly managed. Another issue is the shortage of IT personnel and skills gaps, which makes it difficult for organizations to keep up with technological demands. We also face the digital divide, where some communities have limited access to technology and the internet, creating inequalities in opportunities. Ethical concerns around AI and autonomous systems are also important, as these technologies raise questions about fairness, accountability, and responsible use. Finally, there's the regulation and governance of emerging technologies, which ensures that innovations are guided by laws and policies that protect society. These potential issues remind us that ICT is not only about progress and convenience, but also about responsibility, sustainability, and inclusivity.
And for the qualities of successful entrepreneurs in the field of ICT. 1. Creativity. Successful entrepreneurs are good at thinking of new and different ideas to solve problems and make their business stand out. 2. Professionalism. Entrepreneurs act in a mature and responsible way, like following rules, being honest, and treating others with respect. 3. Risk-taking. Being an entrepreneur means being brave and willing to take chances, even if it might not work out, to make progress and grow their business. 4. Passion. Successful entrepreneurs have a strong love for what they do, which keeps them motivated and excited about their work every day. 5. Planning. Entrepreneurs set goals and make plans to reach those goals, helping them stay organized and focused on what they want to achieve. 6. Knowledge. Entrepreneurs are always curious and eager to learn new things, whether it's about their business, industry trends, or the world around them. 7. Social skills. Entrepreneurs are good at communicating with others, making friends, and working well in teams to achieve common goals. 8. Open-mindedness. Successful entrepreneurs are open to new ideas, willing to learn from others, and not afraid to make mistakes because they see them as opportunities to grow and improve. 9. Empathy. Entrepreneurs care about how others feel and try to understand different perspectives, which helps them build strong relationships with customers, employees, and partners. 10. Value customers. Successful entrepreneurs focus on providing excellent products or services that meet the needs of their customers, making sure they are happy and satisfied with what they offer. And now, what are the qualities of a successful entrepreneur? What qualities are present to Filipino entrepreneurs you know? In what situations or instances can you determine that entrepreneurs have the said qualities? Why should an entrepreneur possess the said qualities? Why should a future entrepreneur like you develop the said qualities of successful Filipino entrepreneurs?
And that wraps up today's lesson on ICT career opportunities, issues, and emerging trends. I hope you found the discussion insightful and inspiring for your future path in ICT. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to sharing more with you in our next session. Until then, keep learning and keep exploring.